Well, there's no better time like the present. Oh, yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the biggest problem in the universe! I'm here and I'm excited for the greatest show in all the land. Everybody's excited. Everybody's having a good time. Your mother's excited. Your father's excited. Filthy monkey sex in your family. Incestuous sex. Your sister's trapped in the dishwasher. She's trapped in the laundry hamper. She's trapped all over the house, and the only thing you can do is fuck her free. That's the biggest problem in the universe. Folks, how are we doing today? I'm your host, Vito Links, here for the biggest problem in the universe. The only show that I don't have a rhyme because I didn't prepare for this at all. That's not my job, folks. The rhymesman is Dick, who you may have noticed is not here. Dick Masterson has a very exciting, I don't know, he's on a work conference. The man has a real job. I've never known what that's like in my life. I don't know what that is. He's wearing a suit and tie. He's making cold calls. He's chatting up executives for the next big thing. What will that next big thing be? I don't know, but it could be big. It could be big, but it could be a problem. It could be the biggest problem in the universe, and that's the name of the show, guys. What are we doing tonight? Well, here's what we're doing tonight, right? I already see some comments saying, "Oh, Dick's not here. Well, see you then." Oh, what do you want me to do? I got something to say. Dick couldn't make it. Dick couldn't make it today. Dick couldn't make it. He couldn't make it. What do you want me to do? You want me to go get another Italian guy? You want me to go get Cocoa Puffs, Astro Puffs, whatever the hell their name is? Look, I would have got a co-host, but last time I did that, it was terrible. And also the only co-hosts I could think to get are all busy. It's a Friday night. I get it. They got a lot going on. So here's what we're going to do. And I see some people have already figured out what to do. In the description of this live stream, for those of you who are watching it live, you're going to see a link. If you click that link, it's going to connect you to a it's like Zoom. It's called StreamYard, but you're going to have the ability to talk to me, Vito. You can use camera if you want. Feel free to keep your camera off if you're a little bit shy. I'm going to need to hear your voice though, so make sure your microphone is working. And what we're going to do is do the very first ever biggest problem in the universe, Call In Spectacular, where we will be taking your problems and you're going to tell us what the biggest problem in the universe is. We're going to have a little discussion and we'll see if we have a little bit of fun with it. Is it going to be perfect? I don't know. I can't tell you. Might be good, might be bad, might go down in history as one of the worst episodes of the show, might be one of the best episodes of the show. You don't know because it's never been done. Jay Gonzalez for 2 says, I believe in you, Vito. Well, I believe in me. I believe in myself. I guess real quick, maybe I won't save them for the. I don't know. Do I go over the tally from last week, or I guess I saved that all for the next week. So next week we'll have a real show. We'll go over the results of the previous show and the bonus episode. This show is going to be a complete standalone entity featuring some of our favorite people, and one of our favorite people is here, of course. Pastor Frank is here. Okay, Pastor Frank immediately. That was a good gimmick. I'm not going to lie. Now, I was quick on the draw. For those of you who are listening to the audio format, Pastor Mike looked like a real old man gentleman, was queued up in the room, and then started playing a GIF animation of African-American butt sex. So, classic work. A good question from someone was, will all the colors problems be listed? Will we be voting on these problems? Well, tell you what, I don't know. That might tinker with the voting a little bit. I don't think we're going to list them for voting. Maybe we'll do a separate voting. Maybe there'll be a winner of this particular show. We're going to find out. But first up was Pastor Mike with some butt sex gifts. Thank you, Pastor Mike. Let's see if Jim the Screw Up has a problem for us. Jim, are you there?
Welcome. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Jim. How are you?
Hey, Vito. How are you? I'm doing well. I got very drunk for this, but I'm glad to be here.
What are you drinking tonight, Jim?
I had some tequila. My girlfriend's sitting over there.
And wow.
She made some tequila for me. We're doing very well.
Fantastic. I just have a Corona, but it's almost done. I should have grabbed another one before I started the show. Oh, well. But Jim, now as you know, have you listened to this show before? I assume.
Yes, I've listened to it a lot. This is
Oh,
one of my
wow.
favorite shows.
Long time listener. Well, then you know the format of the show.
Yeah.
Last time I hosted the show, people were mad. They're like, Vito, you don't have to act like a game show host the whole time. So I'll try to be more
fun.
colloquial.
I don't
It
know.
is
I love
fun.
game
I'm
shows.
doing my host voice. I got some angry comments when I hosted it. Like, Vito's putting on an act. It's hard to host. You got to keep an energy going, keep a flow.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
I do
Jim,
agree with
you
a
know
lot.
the
Sometimes you got
format.
some liberal problems.
So well, why don't you give it to me? What is your biggest problem in the universe?
So, well, this as much as I like to shit on liberals, this is actually a Republican problem, I would say. So this is on South Carolina alcoholic laws.
Okay.
So this is where I live. I live in South Carolina, and these fucking laws, I tell you, I don't know what it's like in California, but it is fucking dog shit here. Let me explain. So let's say you want to get a tequila. You want to make yourself a delicious tequila, and it is past 7:30. You can't do it. In South Carolina, all alcoholic like liquor stores, anything like that, is prohibited after 7 o'clock.
Well, here it says, let's see, FAQ. Can you buy alcohol in grocery stores? Yes. You can order a drink.
That's only beer. If you want
only beer
you
and
can
wine.
Get that.
Okay, but no hard
You can't
spirits.
get liquor. You can't get tequila. You can't get any of that in South Carolina.
Liquor stores are open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. 7 p.m.
It's fucking dog shit.
That's
terrible.
terrible.
Swear to God. You know, I'm a college student, and it's fucking dog shit because we all want to fucking party, and your only option is shitty beer. It's like the fucking worst. But that's not it. I got one more thing.
Okay.
So let's say it's Sunday. You want to get any sort of alcohol on Sunday? Banned. Because you're not doing that on the Lord's Day.
Wow. So no liquor sales. Now, those are the blue laws, because I think we used to have that in Massachusetts, but they changed
Is that
it.
thing?
Yeah, the blue, I don't know why they call them blue laws, but they're these old leftover, Catholic laws that Sunday is the Lord's Day. You're not supposed to get drunk. You're just supposed to sit there and praise Jesus.
Yeah.
So in a way, these laws are actually, they're like, we're supposed to have separation of church and state. We're not supposed to pass laws based on weird biblical commandments about what a Sunday is or isn't.
No,
so it's weird that they still have that.
It's completely ridiculous. I think this is just a red state problem. I don't know. I can't imagine something like this being passed in a blue state.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know. That's just me. I feel like this is a law that would only affect like us, like.
Well, Jim, as a college man, I hope you're smart. Now's that you're learning the importance of planning ahead. You can go to the liquor store, I guess, ahead of 7 o'clock, and you got to stock up.
No shit, but
I know
if you don't make the
tight.
plan, okay. If you're a dumb 20-year-old and you don't make the plan, you're fucked.
Exactly.
That's my problem.
And you're an alcoholic, so you're probably dumb to begin with. You might have already been drinking, and then the time
completely stupid.
Like when you run, I can't imagine that you get like a buzz going. You're like, well, now I want to get full on drunk, but then you check the time, and you're like, what can I do? I can't get any more alcohol. You're gonna have to call your buddy, see if you can bring something over. Jim, I think you just gotta buy in bulk. You got a Costco membership.
We got Sam's Club. We don't have
Sam's Club. Hit up the Sam's Club. Get the big jugs.
There's no beer at Sam's. Is there liquor at Sam's Club? I'm completely stupid.
At Costco, they got hard. At Costco, you can get big bottles of hard liquor. It's great, and they're all like Costco brand, Kirkland Signature. But if you look it up, a lot of it is like the official stuff. They just relabeled it. Jim, one more time, give me the name of your problem.
I guess to make it more general, red state alcohol laws.
Red state alcohol laws. Thank you, Jim the Screw Up, for being a fan. Right. You're going to get downvoted to hell. Everyone hates you. That was Jim the Screw Up, everybody. Now, one thing I'm going to say is after you've finished your call, if you want a courtesy leave, that would be great. Because I can... because I can only keep so many people in the queue. So every time somebody leaves, somebody else can get in the queue. I've completely screwed up this show. So that's the way. I can only have 10 people in the back end. So if I kick you after you've spoken, it doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means I'm making room for more people. If you keep trying to get in and it keeps saying the room is full, well, best time to try and refresh that page is going to be after a caller is just finished. Pop Quiz for $19.99 says, I'm okay with this. Here's some money. Pop Quiz approves of the call-in formats. I told Dick ahead of time. I sent Dick a message and I said, I'm going to do a call-in stream. And his reaction was, biggest problem with no co-host, question mark. Oh no. So Dick is not approved of this. And I did not tell him ahead of time that I was going to do this. This is a last minute thing. So if this is terrible, Dick's going to yell at me. And if it's great, I look like a genius. We'll see what happens. But coming out of the stream is Pokemon Guy. I remember this guy. What's going on? Do you have audio? Do I not hear you for some reason? Hold on. Let me see if that's just Purple Monkey Dishwasher. You there?
I'm here.
Yeah, your mic works. Pokemon Guy, fix your mic, you moron. Well, we'll bring him back in a second. You're going to skip the line while he figures out his mic. Purple Monkey Dishwasher. We've seen you around. I know. Are you a Vitophile Plus?
I am a Vitophile Plus. I also
yeah. I know all my Vitophile Pluses.
I met you in a road rage. I was I was wearing the autism shirt.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, man, that was a good time, that road rage. That was the one in Los Angeles. What was that, like 2 months ago now?
It felt like fucking forever. We got to do it again, man.
Well, we have been talking. I don't know if I can announce this. This is a secret. But me and Dick have been talking about potentially doing a live biggest problem in the universe. We're trying to figure out where it would be. We don't know what the format would be. We don't know if we're just going to record a show, if it's going to be an audience participation show. We don't know, but there have been talks. If you're excited about that, feel free to leave a comment and let Dick know whether or not you would come to a live biggest problem in the universe. Probably the first one would probably be in LA because both me and Dick are in LA, but who knows? Maybe we could take it on the road, see what we could do with it.
I'll definitely try and get to that.
Well, I think we could have some fun. Well, Purple Monkey Dishwasher, do you have a biggest problem in the universe?
I wouldn't say it's the biggest problem, but it's definitely a problem for me.
I'm gonna hold on real quick. The name of the show is Biggest Problem in the Universe. So if you start off by saying I don't think it's the biggest problem in the universe, you're going to lose.
It is.
So whatever it is, just say it's the biggest problem. Yes.
Douchebag comics.
Douchebag comics.
A couple months ago, a certain comic who goes by Stuttering John Melendez recorded a comedy show in Florida. And for a goof, for a podcast I listened to, WATP, very fun.
WATP.
I recorded it for them, and I sent the audio. And because of that, somehow John got my email and sent me a very threatening email saying he will sue me.
Oh my God. Now, this was Stuttering John doing stand-up, right? And you went to the show.
I went to the show and I recorded it for WATP.
Are you the Dabbler? Leaked audio from the Dabbler.
Yeah, that's my
that's you. So for people who want to hear this stand-up session, they can go on over to Who Are These Podcasts. Now, Stuttering John is a guy who used to be on the Howard Stern show.
He was a whackpacker. He did celebrity interviews on the red carpet with questions and shit.
And famously kind of betrayed Howard Stern by going over to be Jay Leno's lackey. There you are on WATP. And is now kind of just, he's got a bunch of money because he worked on Jay Leno's show, but now he's just like a failed drunk moron who has a terrible podcast nobody likes, right?
You sum it up perfectly.
But
what I don't like is him giving out my email and somehow finding it, sending me threatening emails, and I worry that he's going to go after my job because everything's public. He's been threatening.
So does he have your legal name right now?
He does have my legal name. He addresses me personally in the email.
And he says, what, I'm going to sue you because you recorded my stand-up special?
He says, and I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it says, I know who you are. I know you recorded my client's show. Because he's such a fucking retard.
He pretends to be his own lawyer.
He pretends to be his own lawyer, but he's sending it from his own personal email, like johnmelendez@gmail.com.
And he pretends to be a lawyer from his John Melendez email address.
He's such a fucking idiot. He says, I know who you are. I know you recorded my client's show. You will be sued. You will be sued.
That's how they get you. Well, for those who haven't been listening, and I don't know if I I would have had to pull the clips ahead of time. Yeah, so Stuttering John, again, failed comedian, has been going around trying to be a stand-up, trying to be a podcaster, and it's like listening to like how old is like Stuttering John's like in his 60s. It's like listening to your dad trying to reclaim his former glory days, as we say on WATP. And he is now, I would be worried because he's talking about suing. Who are these podcasts? Which is a great friend of the biggest problem, as well as the Dick Show. He's talking about suing them because they keep playing clips from his terrible podcast and making fun of him.
Not only that, but recently, I want to say within the last month or so, he submitted a Patreon DMCA request, and WATP had to take down bonus episodes because of Stuttering Fuckface.
See, this guy doesn't know. Yeah, Stuttering John doesn't understand that you just roll with the punches. Like WATP making fun of you. If you just let it roll off your back and you're like, oh, fuck those guys, and, had a laugh about it and kept doing what you're doing, eventually they go, all right, well, he's got a good sense of humor about the thing. Eventually they get tired of it. It's when you react and you go, the trolls are trying to ruin my podcast. I got my lawyer to sue the trolls. Then it just doubles down and it turns into a bigger thing. So yeah, Stuttering John. Honestly, you said this isn't one of the biggest problems in the universe. I think suing other as a comedian, suing other comedians who are goofing on your bits, which your bits are terrible, your podcast is terrible. They're just having a little bit of fun at your expense. You don't sue another comedian over. I mean, we on this show know about comedians, satirists, writers suing other comedians. We've seen that, and we don't like it, and we don't approve of it. So honestly, if you made your problem comedians suing comedians, you might win this one.
Yeah, I think I'll change it to that.
All right, I think that's a pretty good one. Purple Monkey Dishwasher. Anything else to add to this saga? I hope that Stuttering John Melendez leaves you alone. Well, he's going after you. You're not a host or you're not a comedian. You're just a guy who sent a clip of him doing shitty stand-up to this show.
I'm just some like dumb 22-year-old in Florida. Why the hell is he sending me threatening emails, threatening to like fucking sue me and shit?
Well, I'll tell you this: if Stuttering John goes at you, I think this show's community would have your back. I think the WATP community would have your back. So hopefully there's nothing to worry about. And hopefully, even though this is the dumbest, stupidest piece of shit in the world, hopefully he's not dumb enough to start suing guys for making fun of him on the internet. We'll see. Who knows?
Maybe I'll be included in a WATP lawsuit. Who knows?
It might work out.
It could be like a Mad Cook scenario where I'm just dragged in there.
Well, thank you, Purple Monkey Dishwasher, for coming on. I think you got a good problem there. That was Purple Monkey Dishwasher, everybody, who I am kicking. Real quick, I got a couple super chats here. Moving along. And really, I do want to say before I look at these super chats that I love Who Are These Podcasts? Great podcast. I know a lot of you guys are Dick Show listeners. Hopefully you've listened to Dick on that show. They do crossovers. And this whole saga of Stuttering John trying to sue WATP has shades of another comedy lawsuit that you may remember. So it's all very interesting. I highly recommend listening to the Stuttering John stand-up comedy leaked audio from the Dabbler. If you want to hear some terrible stand-up and the legal actions that may come. You can't sue other comedians. It never works out. It doesn't look good. And Stuttering John, your whole career has been based on goofing on other people, going into press conferences and shitting on them. So how can you be upset that all of a sudden they're turning around doing it to you? Spider Eternal for 2 says, call up Asterios. Yes, I would come to a live show. Yeah, Asterios, call in wherever you are. Mike Hunt for 2 says, watch the latest Friday Night Tights with Alex Jones. That did drop, and I'm very excited. I'm a big Alex Jones guy. And as a doctor, says Ben Nalny Goriz MD. As a doctor, I approve of the call-in show. Fantastic. Let's go back to the Pokemon guy and see if he figured out his audio.
Yeah, can you hear me now, man?
There it is. Now,
Sweet.
for those of you who did not listen to the live show, you were the one who accosted me for calling you out for scalping Pokemon cards professionally.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, rather than let children purchase little $4 packs of joy, you have to buy all of them for yourself to resell them online.
Look, if people are willing to redo it, a scalper's market is a dream. You know, we talked after the Dick show about you wanting to do a PlayStation 5 scalp, things like that, and I totally support that, man. Whatever we got to do to get ahead right now.
I scalp, but I don't scalp professionally. If a scalping opportunity arises, okay, I understand. If I'm at the store and I see a PlayStation 5, I go, well, maybe I'll buy it and I can flip it for a couple $100 on like Craigslist or something. You go to multiple stores, right? Like you go to Walmart before they show up. No,
I've stopped going to Walmart because they're usually damaged packages. So I go to
okay. You got to get the good ones.
Yeah, exactly. They're just throwing it out of the shelves because they know the kids are just going to buy whatever the fuck's there. I want to get the good stuff. It resells more.
So where do you get the good stuff for? Where do you scalp these days?
You usually just go to local card shops who actually store it, put it on shelves. Like that's how they're making their livelihood, right?
But do you buy them out, or you just buy like a couple?
I'll buy like 2 or 3 boxes, open one for myself, and then put the rest on sale once the market's dry.
All right. Well, that's not. When I talk about scalping, I'm talking about the guys who buy every single pack in the store. I think what you're doing, it's fine. I'm not too upset about it. Anyway, Pokemon guy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe. Do you have a biggest problem in the universe?
Yeah, so my biggest problem in the universe right now is investing like an adult.
Yeah.
So if you remember after the Dick show, you were telling me that I needed to go invest in crypto and in stocks and whatnot, and invest like a man would.
Yeah, exactly.
So I took your advice, and it's the biggest fucking mistake I've ever done. Like I've lost a couple, like about 2-3 grand's worth.
Oh wow, 2-3 grand. I wish I was in that fucking boat. I tell you what.
I can only imagine. But you know, with my Pokemon cards, I got like 2 grand just sitting right here. So I'm gonna.
All right, I'm gonna say this to you. Do you think markets aren't connected? Because honestly, if you're worried about the value of your investment going down, I don't know if Pokemon cards are gonna hold on to these valuations nearly as long as a stock might. But God bless your heart.
Pokemon market's only just gone up. You know, I've done the other adult thing. I'm buying a condo.
Right, markets only go up. Crypto only goes up, right?
I mean, nostalgia only goes up. People are only going to want to chase after the good days, right? Like, crypto showed us that it can work, but it might not work because it's dropped. Like
chasing after the good old days is great until you need to buy baby formula and you gotta sell your Pokemon card collection.
I'll make it work somehow.
All right. Well, I you know what? Honestly, investing like an adult is not a bad problem because it has turned out disastrously. But who knows? Markets always come back, right? Unless the whole world ends, which would also be fine.
We'll all be done then. No more debt.
All right. Thank you, Pokemon guy. That's the Pokemon guy. One of my favorites guys. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have my stock tip Vito jingle ready to go. Stock tip Vito, big trader Vito is here. Yeah, here's my stock advice. Burn your house to the ground for the insurance money. There you go. That's the only investment advice I have. Now, hopefully it's keeping people in order. I think it is. So let me try adding Jeff to the stream. Jeff?
Hi, Vito. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jeff. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Listen,
where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from the UK, so it's about 2:30 in the morning at the moment.
A cheeky Brit at 2 a.m. Jeez.
Yeah, mate. It's proper down here, mate. Listen,
yeah.
My biggest problem, and it's an actual biggest problem, is late work emails, mate. It's so I work for the NHS, and I've just got off from work. And just before I got off...
And real quick, for those of us in the States, the NHS is...
the National Health Service.
There it is.
Tommy socialized healthcare for you lot.
Yeah, you fucking communists. Go ahead.
But anyway, mate, I get this email just before I go off from work, and it's to help somebody discharge a patient. Now, it's 10 o'clock in the evening on a Friday, and it's going to take me at least an hour to do all this paperwork. And they've emailed me 20 minutes before I go off from work. I just want to go through. And they said, what I've got to do now. And I obviously, it's just ridiculous, mate. But
they had the information. They could have emailed you earlier, right?
Oh, they could have done a lot of things. They could have.
People don't plan ahead. They don't value your time.
Well, they don't value my time. They don't value the patient's time. They just hate me. I mean, it's the UK. We've got a ton of problems. I need a license to watch the TV. I got to pay road tax. I'm not able to buy guns and shoot up schools.
Oh, you got a license for that screwdriver, mate?
Oh,
You know, license. I always see your guys' cops being like, "We got all these deadly weapons off the street," and it's like a butter knife, a screwdriver, like a shard of pottery, and I'm like, "What the? All right, good work, UK cops, keeping the streets safe."
Yeah, it's
my biggest problem in the universe is fucking Britain. What's wrong with you people? UK, you're all nuts.
Yeah. Anyway, love the show. Keep it up.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. One more time. Biggest problem in the universe is late work emails. Yes.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Late
That's
work.
it. All right, get to bed, you nut. What is he doing? Calling in at 2:00 in the morning. Poor guy. Poor guy. Getting these late emails. Let's talk to Man Boobs Sama. Man Boobs. You got about 2 seconds before I remove you from this call. You done. You messed up. If you figure out your microphone, let me know. We got Jack Rockstar here.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. How you doing, Jack?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Jack, what is the biggest problem in the universe?
I've got it for you. Don't you worry.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yellow highlighters.
Yellow highlighters.
Sorry, Expo markers. My bad. Expo.
Well,
markers.
You're talking about the ones that you highlight things on a piece of paper with the marker, right?
No, I'm talking about the whiteboard ones. The ones where you put.
Oh, you mean like dry erase markers?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
There we go. But now that we've defined it, it is the biggest problem in the universe because the point of those dry erase markers is to be legible on a board, and you can never see a yellow dry erase marker ever.
Why are you using a yellow dry erase marker? Why don't you use one of the black ones?
Because they come in a pack of all of those different ones. I never use them, but every single time that you ever come into a boardroom or anything, there's always
a yellow
one of those. Yeah, there's a yellow one because they.
Well,
come
aren't
with,
you supposed to draw with the black one and then use the yellow one to highlight over the black one?
But you can't see anything.
All right, Jack, this is the stupidest problem ever. Mark, how you doing? Mark's eating chips. All right, that was great, Mark. Good work. Here comes Shark Girl. Shark Girl, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm well.
Hold on, let me do my thing. Shut up.
Okay.
Shark Girl. First of all, where are you calling from, Shark Girl?
South Carolina, Charleston.
Wow, a lot of Carolinas. Do you have the same liquor problem as well?
We do. I'm actually originally from the DC area, and I commented that we can get alcohol and pretty much late at night in DC and in Northern Virginia, and also on Sundays. So that kind of pissed me off here.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, Shark Girl, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What cup size are you? No. What is the biggest problem in the universe?
First B. Second,
B. All right. No, that's a different type of problem. Go ahead.
All men seem to be hoarders. Before I get into that, I want to comment on one quick thing.
Adult hoarder men? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. But
all right, you want to comment on Pokemon? Go ahead.
Pissed me off. Invest like a man. What the fuck, dude? I invest so much shit, and I actually invest really well. And I have people that help me figure out how to invest.
Yeah.
And I'm a female, so
you do well in the market. You do well with your investments.
Yes.
What do you invest in typically? Like index funds or what?
Yes, index funds. One of them
the safest way to go.
Just invested a lot in is Triple Q. I also
Q's a pretty well right now. Tech's dropping, but maybe it should come back. We're gonna hope. But you're probably up now. If you invested in the last 6 months ago, you're probably up, right?
I invested about $1,500 or so a month ago.
Wow.
So,
all right. So you're saying investing like an adult does work if you stay the course?
Yes.
What about YOLOing all my savings into Luna? What do you think about that? Is that investing like an adult?
No, that's just your
Luna 2.0 is going to eliminate all the problems with the original Luna. So why would I would be a fool to not invest, right?
I think you need to get your brain checked.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well done, Shark Girl. So real quick, was your problem this other problem you brought up?
So all men seem to be hoarders. I have known this from past relationships, especially I just moved in with my boyfriend and we were trying to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of my girlfriends about this that are married, and I'm like, is it just me or all guys hoarders? And they immediately like jumped on that. They were like, we can't get our husbands to get rid of jack shit. My boyfriend wouldn't even get rid of his fucking hair gel from when he was in high school. He's 25 years old.
All right, well, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing with you ladies. Like, how often do you fix stuff in the house? Have you ever hung a shelf?
Hung a shelf? No, but I carried shelves in, and they were already put together.
Here's what you don't understand about guys: is we keep things around because they will be useful at a point in time. So I have extra screws, nails, tools of all sorts. You know, little whatever putties and glues and nonsense. So we hoard useful items because men actually, you know, do things inside the house other than just sit around and spend someone else's money. Do you understand that idea?
Well, I'm thinking more like that. Everything you just said actually makes a lot of sense.
That's all fine. Okay.
I'm talking.
Well, I'm saying the hair gel that he's saving.
And like.
Well, we're talking about investing. These are rare collectibles, ma'am. All right.
Yeah, I figured that. I just wanted to do show you a little bit, but yeah, there's a lot of them, and they're
this Evangelion
cool.
Kubrick figure. I believe I paid $200 for it, and I want to say the cheapest one right now is on eBay for $800. So that's a real investment.
Also, just so you know, my boyfriend's next to me laughing his ass off.
Shut up.
I have an excuse to hoard things, and that excuse is that my life is falling apart. So why not surround myself in the debris of my childhood? And I think that's fair. Is that men? Let's be clear. We have higher rates of suicide. You horrible harlots keep taking half our shit. Every time we try to enter a relationship with you, it's just like a little game for you to rip us off. So, you know, we have to amass so much shit so that when you take half of it, we have something left. Do you understand what I'm saying? All this shit. If any one of you horrible vagina monsters ever tricks me into a marriage, half my shit goes away like in a blink of an eye. So that's why I need so much of it to keep some of it safe.
So again, what makes sense is stuff that actually is money that makes, like, your collectibles kind of make sense.
Because they have an attachment. Yeah. If it's stuff that's worth nothing, yeah, I almost understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And I had a friend that told me that she couldn't get her husband to get rid of a freaking chair. It's like, no, we can sell it for a lot of money. Like, we can totally sell it. It's like,
maybe you could sell it. What kind of chair was it?
I don't know. I mean,
here's the thing. I'm going to automatically side with when another man, because here's the thing is I hear a man and he goes, my wife wants me to throw out this chair. It's worth hundreds of dollars. I got to side with the man. He would know more about the marketplace for fine wood furniture.
2 years later, the chair was still there. So wife ended up going, okay, well, you know,
accruing additional value. It's already gone up. Do you sell your house at the bottom of the market, or do you sit and you wait? That chair is going to put his kid through college. Shark Girl, one more time. What is your problem? Give me a name.
Male hoarders.
Male hoarders. Thank you, Shark Girl, for being a fan of the show. That was Shark Girl reminding us why you need to collect as much shit as possible, because they will just take it. They're going to take it all. Everything behind me, I've managed to keep myself away from these horrible women, but at any point they could trick me. And all those beautiful Game Boy games you see back there, she's taking half of them. Let's see if Man Boob Sam have figured out. Man Boob Sam, did you figure out your microphone?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Indiana.
Fantastic, Indiana. Wow, I've never been out.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a buddy who lived out
corn.
there. A lot of corn, nice farmland, blue skies, cool brews, good buds.
Yep.
All right. Well, Man Boob Sama, you might know what question's coming, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. What is the biggest problem in the universe?
This one really pisses me off. It's hookers who require like a fucking CV. Like they need like 3.
You mean the back of the card? They need the 3 numbers on the credit card?
Well, that too. But just they need like a fucking references from other hookers.
They want references. Yeah, they want a curriculum vitae.
Is this guy gonna cut my head off? Nah, you're probably fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard about this. I think there was a Dick Show caller who had different, hookers emailing around saying, "Watch out, because this guy's a freak."
Kiwi Chris.
So, Kiwi Chris, I think, was running into this problem. So, do they ask you, like, hey, what other hookers have you put your junk inside of, and did it end well? So they can call them up?
Like, I've only slept with one, and I didn't ask her. I didn't realize that was a thing at the time.
You forgot to get her. At the end, you got to do a survey.
That's such an awkward question. Like, hey, can I use you as a reference?
We need, like how when you get out of an Uber, there's like a 5-star rating and you can leave comments. We need that for John's. We need, John Uber or whatever the hell it is. What's that other one? Whatever the car is. What's the one with a Lyft or whatever? So after you have sex with a hooker, she leaves, and then immediately it's like, hey, did that guy wear a condom? Was he nice to you? Did he start crying and telling you looked like his mother? If so, deduct 2 stars.
I think that's the thing Kiwi Chris was getting such bad reviews on. They have a thing like that for Australia.
They do.
That exists
yeah.
Here.
What wasn't there there is a whisper network of some sort.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Well, I mean, how often are you frequenting these hookers? I mean, can't you tell them it's my first time and I've saved myself and I'm just a shy little guy? Can't you just lie to them?
I mean, the ones that are fuckable, probably not.
Really?
Yeah.
They demand. So you have to have sex with a starter hooker first to get to the good ones?
I guess.
You need to collect references from the slum dogs in order to qualify for the Mercedes cocktease or whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound like good capitalism to me. That sounds like an unfair business practice. And frankly, I hope the government looks into it.
I'm sure the government is probably the problem. If I had to look into it. Because it's illegal, it is.
Yeah. Well, Man Boob Sama, have you been able to acquire female companionship regardless? Has it happened for you?
Oh, God, no. Not without money. Jesus. What do you
mean not with the money? You gotta have money.
Look at my avatar. Who do you think you're talking?
Okay, well, the biggest problem in the universe then is that you don't have the money for hookers. It's got nothing to do with the rating system, motherfucker. I'm sure if you pay them more, they will overlook whatever your star ranking is, right?
Oh,
famously in American Psycho, Christian Bale gives them a couple extra $100, and then he gets to cut their tits off and shit. So there's a whole. If you got the money, you can make it work.
I guess.
All right, Man Boob Sama. Thanks for coming by. Let's see if Mark's here. Mark, you there?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Mark. You were eating chips before.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going good. Mark, where are you calling from? This dumb motherfucker is listening to me on the YouTube stream instead of the Streamlabs stream. All right, Mark, you had 2 tries. You're gone. Sorry, Mark. I love you. Let's talk to Parrot Guy. Parrot Guy, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me, Vito?
I can hear you, Parrot Guy. How's it going?
Hey, great evening. Happy to be here and talk to you again.
Fantastic. And I'll say this to the audience. If you're listening to the show on YouTube, you should pause it if you're in the queue for Streamlabs and listen to it on Streamlabs, because otherwise there's going to be a gigantic fucking delay. And you get 2 tries, and Mark failed both. Parrot Guy, where are you calling from, my friend?
I'm calling from the wonderful armpit of USA, New Jersey.
I love that you forgot the name of the country you live in. I'm calling from, where am I? New Jersey, huh? I got a Jersey boy, eh?
Oh, yeah. Just came back from the Jersey Fair, ate a $18 chicken leg, paid $75 for gas, living the high life.
Christ. See, that's my biggest problem is why would I go anywhere? It costs a fortune. My ex-girlfriend right now, I got to go feed her cats, and I didn't realize she lives in Anaheim, 40 minutes away. I'm like, it's costing me $50 to go feed your fucking cats. It's crazy. Anyway, Parrot Guy, You know the rules, you know the game. What is the biggest problem in the universe?
I got a big problem. We've got minor problems so far from your audience. I'm here to bring the big shit. The big shit is the technocracy that we live in, because before, in the good old 50s and 60s, it was, you go to the coal mine, you go to the auto shop, you go there and you get your middle class life. That doesn't exist anymore. And now it is all just the giant tech companies. And let's face it, not everyone is built to learn to code. So the only way to get the really good shit is to get into the coding game, those coding mines. Learn to code, learn your JavaScript, you learn your 14 different coding languages, or else you're fucked. And then the best you could do, like schmucks like us, are trying to get into those the fluff positions, the communications manager, the sales, the BuzzFeed blog writer, so we can get that health insurance.
Well, Parrot Guy, let me interrupt real quick. What is your profession, sir?
It is varied. I've done a lot of things. Right now, I'm working in a law office, but I did previously work in a law office.
Okay, and sales. So it sounds like you've been working. Are those not technocratic positions? I mean, those are white collar jobs.
No, they're not. Not
That's blue collar. What are you doing? Are you a mail clerk?
I am not getting the white collar salaries, but I would.
Well, not no, but you're working in an office building, I assume.
Yes, I work in an office building.
Okay,
I want that BuzzFeed money. I want the.
But I'm saying you don't want to work in a fucking coal mine. I'm sure you don't want to work in a factory, do you?
I don't want to work in a factory. I just want easier access to the technocracy bullshit jobs. I want to be that BuzzFeed guy who's getting the fucking $60K to write listicles, but it is next to impossible to get in those goddamn positions.
Well, you got to be good at writing listicles. How many listicles have you written, Parrot Guy?
I have written many a listicle on blog, but they're just not good enough for the BuzzFeed standards.
Well, BuzzFeed does have mighty high standards. Have you tried about branching out independently, maybe turning your listicle into a video you could upload to one of many video platforms?
I have done that on YouTube, and the algorithm is but a fickle mistress.
Well, it is. I mean, so you're saying there's a tech blogger ceiling that needs to be smashed?
I think we should just admit the truth that, like, YouTube should just say everyone gets a $60K job and you just watch videos all day. Let's just admit it that we're going to get rid of
economically viable. I don't think that works.
It is not. It is not viable. But I'm sure the Google conglomerate that is always talking about uplifting poor communities could actually uplift those communities by let's just have bullshit tech jobs and Facebooks and the Googles where you watch all the edgy videos, and a repetitive thing. Is it economically viable? Probably.
So
not.
Let me be clear. Your problem is you want Google to give you a free job with free money to dick around and watch videos.
Yes, I think.
Fucking get out of here! What a fucking idiot! Thank you, Parrot Guy. Stupidest problem I've ever heard in my fucking life. Well, I just want free money to hang out on the internet. You gotta provide some sort of service. Look at me. I've been grinding away at trying to be kind of funny, and I don't make nothing. I make a pittance from all this stupid internet shit. All right, they're not going to just start giving it away. You want to get to where I am? You want the shelf full of toys? You want to live the blogger lifestyle? I don't know what to tell you. You got to keep putting your nose to the grindstone. No one's gonna hand it to you. As Rare Steak Cube says, typical liberal, don't want to work in a factory. Vito hates the working class. I don't hate the working class. I just think this man's lying when he says he used to be great when he could get a job in the coal mines. I don't think he believes that at all. We had a couple other super chats. Stock tip Vito, day trader Vito from John H. With Purple Monkey Dishwasher said, if you want safe investment, start a Roth IRA. Invest in safe ETFs and trusts. Good advice, honestly. Getting Frisky says, thanks for letting me on your show. Hope those real investments work out. I think that might be Shark Girl. Thank you, Shark Girl. And listen, man, we love the working class here, but part of that word working class is the word work. You got to do something. Can't just sit around clicking on shit and getting paid unless you want to argue for universal basic income. And then I might have been there with you, but you don't get a lot of it. And you just get, you get a pittance. You know what, though? We got one of our favorite friends of the show. Good friend of mine, an excellent commentator, YouTuber. We have, of course, Trixie the Golden Witch is here.
Hey, what a flattering intro. Thank you.
Well, we love Trixie the Golden Witch here on Biggest Problem in the Universe. Of course, You've been a long time member of the community, and I don't even know what to call you.
I've been doing your show also, the Monday Night Grift, like every Monday, which is a lot of fun.
Well, that's a great thank you for the plug. I'd like to mention, if you like these kind of live stupid shows of everyone yelling at each other, over on youtube.com/Vito, every Monday at 6, we have the Monday Night Grift. Well, you'll see people like me, Trixie. We've had Tony from Hack the Movies. We've had John from John Breaks Bad News. We all get together and talk shit about the news of the day. I think it's been pretty fun. Yes?
I think so. I have a great time on the show.
Yeah, it's a good show. Well, Trixie.
Yes.
I think you've seen this show before, so I got one question for you. What is the biggest problem in the universe?
Women pee too loud.
Women peeing too loudly.
No, they all do. All women pee too loud. Have you heard women pee? Have you heard a lot of peeing women?
Yeah, I mean it's been a while, but yeah.
It was kind of loud, right? Were you surprised, ever taken aback by how intense the sound is of that?
Well, I mean, because of it kind of feels like a penis should be louder than a vagina, but maybe it's because they're forcing it through that wide tunnel so aggressively.
Assume so, but it was shocking to me. Obviously, as a trans woman, I spent a lot of my life in the men's bathroom. Always felt very uncomfortable there. It was like, oh, I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see anything, at these urinals. But the women's bathroom, it's all stalls, so there's nothing to see. Nothing to be worried about. But women pee really loud, like unbelievably loud, and it used to make me uncomfortable. Back when I thought I was a guy, that I peed less intensely than other guys. And I know lots of this is a whole, it's actually in the DSM 5 or whatever, about like,
well, this is interesting for you as a transgender woman. Do you feel the need to pee louder to prove your womanhood?
I mean, there's no way to. I don't have,
you could bring a little speaker with you into the woman's room. So when you're peeing, they go, well, then that's clearly a woman. No. Based on
people
how
who are
loud
definitely
the pee
gonna do that now that you've given them like a way through this.
I mean, well, like if you're, because some transgender people will change the tone of their voice. They're obviously trying to dress more feminine. Yeah. Perhaps as part of the transitioning process, we should provide transgender women with a tiny loudspeaker so their urination is louder, like a biological woman.
Yeah. There was actually, like, I think an old SNL Tim Robinson bit about like male version of enhanced pissing, like to make you piss harder and have a better stream. Just a lot of people are insecure about it.
Yeah,
but I didn't realize the level of insecurity you could get to as a trans woman about it. That it would be a whole different ball game. That women piss even louder than the loudest man you've ever heard.
Do you have piss imposter syndrome now? You think you hear your piss and you go,
I get nervous. I get nervous because I feel like a spy sometimes when I'm in there. Like, I hope nobody fucking like hears how quiet I pee and gets suspicious. Like, you know.
Go, I wish I could pee harder to claim the true throne of womanhood.
Yeah.
Unironically. Yeah, unironically. I really hope it's not unironically. I really hope you're not wrestling with this. Trixie, be proud of you and your ability to piss however which way it happens.
But before I take off, I also want to mention I have a show called The Rant Room that's basically this exact concept. People call in, they rant, I rant about their rant. It's currently on a monthly basis.
And is that over on Yig Studio?
Yep, on Yig Studio, The Rant Room. Check that out. As
always, Trixie gets a plug because Trixie's a fan of the show. Head on over to Yig Studio. Biggest problem now, subscribe to the Yig Studio to get all the greatest Trixie the Golden Witch content. Thank you so much, Trixie.
This was a lot of fun.
Peeing loudly.
Women pee too loud. That's how I want to phrase it.
Women pee too loud, and
because it's all of them. It's not just some. All women pee.
But the real problem is that it makes us self-conscious about how little we pee, and I understand. What a problem, Trixie. Thank you so much. That was Trixie the Golden Witch, everybody. Great guest, great fan of the show. Grading Frisky wants to say this was not Shark Girl, it was Pokemon Guy. Well, thank you, Pokemon Guy. Tarna says dust your shelves. I agree. I wanted to dust them, but I'm in the midst of reorganizing everything, so I might actually replace those shelves entirely, but I know they're dusty. Thank you for shaming me. Jack the Rockster says my job matches my 401k up to 6% of my paycheck. That's pretty good. The only problem with the company is the yellow dry erase markers. Not a good problem. Not a good one. We have coming up now, AIDS McKinsey. AIDS, are you there?
Hey, what's up, Vito?
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maine.
Maine. I'm about to hit you with a Vito fun fact. Are you excited?
Very excited.
Vito was born in Maine. Shocker.
Oh, no way.
I'm
Portland?
a Maine boy. No, actually, a little town called Presque Isle, Maine, at the very tip top of Maine.
All right.
Little island called Presque Isle. And I've never been back to the land of my birth. I've always meant to, and I never have.
You should.
I should. I've been meaning to visit that coast. We'll see if I make it happen.
Well,
Maine's cold as fuck, though, right? Is that your problem?
No, but my problem does definitely involve both of us.
Okay. So what is the biggest problem in the universe? It's telling me.
The problem in the universe is people from Massachusetts.
People from Massachusetts? Oh my God. Well, AIDS famously, I grew up in Massachusetts. I'm a person from Massachusetts in a way.
And I'm sure you have to deal with this every day.
I'm a masshole at heart. I mean, that was where I spent my formative years. What is wrong with Massachusetts heads? The massholes, as we call them.
Yeah, massholes. And
massholes is a good name for the problem.
It wasn't so much of a problem pre-COVID, but 2020 forward, everyone from Massachusetts decided, hey, we can work remote now. Don't have to be in Massachusetts. So let's all work remote in Maine. So now,
did a bunch of people from Massachusetts move to Maine to get the cheap housing and everything?
Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York.
Yeah, because Massachusetts and Connecticut especially, honestly, has taxes like freaking crazy. I think Connecticut has far worse taxes than Massachusetts. I could be wrong.
No, I used to work in New Haven, Connecticut, and yeah,
highest taxes by state. But it's New England flight.
Yep.
They are fleeing from New England to get the hell away from the taxes. I mean, Maine is still New England, but what is the taxes like in Maine? Are they not as bad, or is the property lower?
It's lower taxes.
Spider Eternal says Connecticut has a 20% income tax. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was about between federal and state when I was working in Connecticut. That was like 40% of my paycheck.
Well, what do you call it? I've been looking at, I have some friends who recently moved to New Hampshire, which famously has no income tax. So I'm sure they're dealing with the same thing where people from Massachusetts are fleeing over the border to New Hampshire, to Maine, basically anywhere that isn't Massachusetts or Connecticut, because you lose your shirt.
Oh yeah. You go to the gas station and it's every plate is out of state. They're all lifted, $80,000 trucks that they have to drive because they work a Boston office job, and they're emasculated by life.
Well, I guess the one critique I'd have for this problem is you're not thinking globally enough, because this is happening across the nation. Now, I'm in California, obviously the worst place for taxes. I got to get out of here at some point. But then you hear from Nevada, like Las Vegas. Recently, we went to Las Vegas to hang out, dick around. And there's all these signs everywhere saying, all you California bastards, get the hell out of here. But it is true that, I mean, I look at my job and I go, the only reason I'm in California, and I've said this to people, is to do this podcast. And other than that, there's really nothing holding me here. The other thing is maybe a few connections in the movie industry, which is based out here, trying to work my way in, which is never going to happen. But ultimately, I imagine that I'm going to leave this tax hellhole for anywhere that's a little less horrible. New Hampshire being, of course, what I've been eyeing. So, a lot of people are just fleeing around the country because nothing's holding them down. I mean, why wouldn't you? We're a disconnected society. You can do your job from anywhere.
Well, that's the interesting part is they flee because they go, okay, well, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York is messed up here.
Yeah.
Let's to New Hampshire, let's go to Maine, let's go to Florida, Nevada, whatever. But then they continue to vote as if they're in where they came from.
They vote for the same tax hugging policies that got them in trouble in the first place.
Yep. And that's why Portland, Maine is now becoming Boston too.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just saw, what do you call it, in California, San Francisco just kicked out their DA. I think a lot of these people are becoming aggressively what do you call it, upset with these horrible policies that they've seen. So maybe things are changing for the better. Maybe liberals are realizing that, you do got to be tough on crime and you can't tax the shit out of everybody. I don't know. But we are in a mess. And once house prices hopefully settle down a little bit, I don't know if this recession will help out. I might be looking to get that. They have to, because who's going to be able to afford a house if you ain't got a job? You can't buy a house, and the rich people can only buy so many of them without it being a losing proposition. You can't just hold on to them forever without ever selling them. So my hope is that once house prices level out, man, you're out of there. You're out of there. I want to convince Dick to move, too. I think Dick would maybe move, because he's got nothing holding him in California either, I don't think, other than his family's out here. I keep telling him, like, Dick, why don't we just move the show to Vegas or New Hampshire? We pay no income tax. We can buy a huge property. We could set up like an actual podcasting studio. I don't know. That's just how I would do it. But Dick, I can't tell Dick what to do.
You should look up the compound of libertarians that moved up to New Hampshire and started their own settlement up in northern New Hampshire. And they pissed the hell out of the locals, but they were trying to start their own little commune.
Well, that was why they went. Yeah, New Hampshire is famously
live free or die.
Live free or die, and all the libertarians went there. Unfortunately, there's all the news I'm looking up on this is like being negative about it, but they had the right idea. I guess Grafton, New Hampshire, is a town they took over, and they all moved in, and
that's the one.
Basically, turned it into as small government as possible. I mean, when I was in Massachusetts, the best thing is you meet these people who got a house out in the woods. The cops don't know they're there. Nobody bothers them. You do whatever you want. You can drink, smoke. The government leaves you alone. And New Hampshire is like kind of like a playground for that stuff. The cops aren't going to bother you in the middle of the fucking woods. Granted, you got to buy a gun. You got to fend for yourself. But I got a bunch of buddies who just moved to New Hampshire, and I'm eager. I'm itching to meet them out there.
Yeah, to be fair, in Boston, the cops don't bother if you're doing drugs.
What did you say?
In Boston, the cops don't bother.
No, before that. You said to be something.
Oh, I suck cocks.
You suck cocks, motherfucker! Get out of here! That was Aids McKenzie who sucks cocks. I get to do it now. I get to press the buzzer. I don't have a buzzer noise, but I wish I had one. He said the word. He said the thing. I got to get a buzzer. AIDS, you got one last thing you can say. I feel bad. AIDS?
No, I feel like that was a good cutoff.
Good cutoff. Get out of here, you moron. All right, that was AIDS. I'm too nice. Get out of here. All right, guys. We're going to bring in the hell kind of name is this? Cruisin' Chubbies. Hello, Cruisin'. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty great. How about you? I don't care. Let's go.
I don't care. Well, how have you been enjoying the Biggest Problem call-in show? Has it been fun
okay
for
so
you?
far?
It's been okay. Better than you expected. Well, that's what I like to hear. Jazz Link says this episode is great. Dick needs to do the next one. What do you think about Dick joining for a rapid-fire call-in show?
I think that would be awful.
You think that would be awful?
Yeah,
all
Dick
right,
really
all right.
The show down.
All right, Cruising Chubbies, you cocksucker. Doesn't know if he likes the format. Thinks it would be terrible if Dick joined it. Well, why don't you tell us then what's your biggest problem in the universe?
People who overstay their welcome.
People who overstay their welcome with a quick exit from Cruising Chubbies. You know what? I kind of appreciate that, Cruising. Good work. Good appearance. And if anything, best appearance. A guy who shows up, gives me a problem, gets the fuck out of here. I don't got to talk to him. Fantastic. Frode for 2 says Dick couldn't make it this week, and that is true. That is very true. Someone up here is saying Southern California weather's really nice. That's true. That's one of the good things about California is whenever it gets really cold, I always get sick. Jack Rockstar, who was previous on the show, said the only good problem this episode was the yellow dry erase marker one. I'm going to say, please vote it down. Vote that one. If I can convince Dick, we might have to make an impromptu poll. I don't know where we're going to put the voting, but yellow dry erase markers, not a good one. Joining me on the show is a good friend of the show. That's a lie. I have no idea who this is. It's Smegma Man X. Smegma Man, how are you?
I'm all right. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. You sound good. Where are you calling from, Smegma?
So just hearing the name out loud.
Well, you chose
so
the fucking name, motherfucker.
No, you're right. You're right. So I'm from the LA area. I'm from around here.
In LA, man.
Yeah.
Well, if we do a live biggest problem in the universe, are you gonna come out?
Oh, heck yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Good. That's what I like to hear. Well, Smegma Man, time to play the game. What is the biggest problem in the universe?
Okay, so my biggest problem would be people who thank God for your work. So I do have like a little example, you know.
An example would be very helpful. Let's do it.
Right. So there was this girl I knew, very God-loving, and she wanted to have like a Bible get-together with club members, right? And I provided the food. I paid for it. I bought the meal. And who do you think they all thanked?
I'm gonna imagine they thanked God for the tidings.
Oh yeah.
But hold on, did you go? Are you a religious person?
No, not so much. No.
Okay, so she invited, but so was this thing you went to a religious gathering?
Oh no, so maybe just for some more context, basically it was a religious gathering, but more of a community college. It was a club.
Okay, like the Christ lovers for Christ. Okay.
Yeah, like-minded individuals.
So you got invited to a religious gathering, and you thought they weren't going to thank God for the food.
Well, you're not wrong there.
I feel like I feel like there's certain. Were you trying to date a religious chick? Were you trying to get with the child of God?
You are a winner. That is absolutely.
Well, then there's certain parts of the game you got to play, Smegma. One of them is everything.
No, you're right.
Do.
Hey, but I did play it.
You did play along. You just think it's a little silly.
Just a little bit, like because it wasn't just that. It was.
Well, they didn't say, and also Smegma Man, God's agent. You should have said, I'm kind of like an apostle here. I'm kind of like a messenger of God by picking up these pizzas.
Right, but just to prove to you that I'm not completely evil in on this. Jesus's most trusted disciple is Saint Peter, and he doubted Jesus 3 times, and yet Jesus trusted him as the greatest bro.
So you're saying that your denial of Jesus makes you a better Jesus person?
Essentially, Peter basically.
Okay, I don't need a Bible lesson, Smegma Man. There's only one. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Did you seal the deal? Did you have sex with this chick?
Yeah.
Well, then you got nothing to complain about. This isn't a problem at all. Get out of here, Smegma Man. Oh, I had sex with a woman because I pretended her God was real. That's not a problem. That's a solution. You tricked a woman into having sex by pretending that her sky friend was a real guy, Smegma. Look at him. He's laughing. He's laughing now. Get out of here, you fucking idiot. You fucking not a problem. Yeah, you all right. The only problem is you're going to trick women into having sex by pretending their God is real. That might be okay. That's a little bit of a problem, but it works, so it's not a problem. If anything, it's a life hack. It's a life hack. You trick these religious broads. You go, yeah, God got that food for you. But you know who brought the dick to dinner? This motherfucker. That's the game you got to play. Let's talk to Deus.exe. Deus, are you there?
I am indeed.
Oh, beautiful boy. A big boy like myself. Deus, where are you calling from?
I am in Ohio.
Ohio, one of our beautiful, that's the Rust Belt, I believe.
Yes.
Why do they call it that? Because of all the rusty tractors?
Maybe. I've never really thought about it.
Well, Deus, are you a fan of the show?
I like the show.
I like the show. You can't say you're a fan, but you like it. I'll take it. All right, Deus, well, then let's play a game. The game is called What is the Biggest Problem in the Universe?
Grocery stores.
Grocery stores?
Yes.
Okay. And
one place allowed to stay open during the pandemic.
Sure. But don't grocery stores provide groceries?
No, what they do is they keep us fat.
Wow.
And you know what? They can't even do that right. I went over to Kroger the other day.
Sure.
And the deli people tell me, oh, the deli's closed. So I come back the next day, and it's like 6:30. Nobody's working the deli. And this is the same Kroger. I walk out, try to put the cart back, and the cart fucking locks the wheels up on me. I mean, I didn't even buy anything. They're treating
You went to the
me-
deli at 6:30. Well, no, aren't the delis? They close early. You get to go during the day.
They close
no?
at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. You were there on time, and
the
they
elderly
were gone.
Japanese guy working in the seafood area. That
These
barely
lazy
spoke
deli
English.
workers.
And this Kroger has really just badly mistreated me.
Yeah. Wow. What else have they done?
They have left the entrance to the store covered in dirt and puddles of water with piles of carts. Literally, I literally had to. One time I went over there, I had to grab a bunch of carts and toss them aside just to get into the store.
That sounds like a safety hazard. Like, was your safety at risk, you think, with the carts everywhere and the ice and the sludge?
My safety, truthfully, the issue is it's exactly the same as rape.
It's you think it's what, going into a grocery store is the equivalent of rape?
Absolutely.
Well, where do you get your food if not from a grocery store, though?
I do go to the grocery store.
You're just saying the grocery store experience is truly horrendous.
It really is. It's so inconsistent.
Have you ever had a fight with someone working at a grocery store and told them I won't stand for this kind of service?
No, but what I do, I will very loudly, like if I go to buy strawberries or something,
right,
and I end up finding moldy strawberries, I will just loudly be disgusted.
Oh, like, because they should take them off the floor. They shouldn't be on the shelf.
Someone should be there to kiss my ass and give me free strawberries if I have to touch moldy strawberries.
Well,
Look at a horrible, disgusting woman back there. She doesn't even know how to use the meat slicer.
A funny story you might not know is I worked in a grocery store deli, and frankly, to hear you disparage the deli people, I don't think you understand how much work it is to keep those machines maintained, to slice the meats and the cheeses of the correct thickness. Not to mention, I was running double duty at the seafood counter. You seem to think it's all shits and giggles back there. This is some real.
If we had people like you
working
it until the actual closing hours, maybe
they got to be on time.
Yeah.
All right, Deus.
Closing at like 5 p.m. I'm sorry, I have to have time after work to go get.
You got stuff to do. What are you doing tonight?
Well, tonight I will probably go to bed.
Yeah, so you gotta get back in time for that. You got like an empty room. What do you have? Just a speaker?
A speaker?
Oh, you got a bed back there. What is that? Like a cat bed?
I have my dogs.
Oh, look at that little puppy.
Her name is Pickles.
Well, hopefully you're not feeding Pickles from the deli because you won't have anything to eat. Well, that's an adorable dog, Deus, I tell you what. So ultimately, your problem is grocery store experiences.
Ultimately, my problem is grocery store experiences.
Well, thank you, Deus, for calling in. I don't know why. I thought that was brilliant, but people in the chat are saying this guy is a sleeping pill. They are putting ones in the chat. Deus, I think you were great. I love to hear about the problems people are having. The show needs a voting format to move on to the next caller. Look, Deus had a problem, and he was just trying to figure out the best way to put it. Now, other people are critiquing me. Jayhawk says you don't need a dumb image every time someone brings in a problem. I think the images help illustrate the problem. Take the Snake says, what's with the picture show? I think it's funny to bring up a stupid problem, but maybe that's just me. Okay, well, we're going to talk to Tiarni. We'll see how she feels about grocery stores. Tiarni, are you there?
Oh, hello. Good afternoon,
Hello.
Vito.
Where are you calling from, Tiarni?
Brisbane in Australia.
Oh, my gosh. And am I pronouncing your name right at all?
Yes, you are there, but you did not in the chat earlier when I told
Tiarni.
you. Tiarni.
All right. Australia, huh?
Yes.
How's the Aussie lifestyle these days?
Well, that actually brings me to my problem.
Okay.
It is cold, and my problem is weather gatekeepers.
Weather gatekeepers. Now, we've had weather problems before. Dick famously brought in macho weathermen. I think he bungled that problem. Let's see if you can excel where Dick failed.
Yeah, absolutely. So my problem is weather gatekeepers, and I live in Brisbane, so it's very similar to LA temperature. But at the moment, it's quite cold. So I've got my freedom units here, so it's actually below 40 Fahrenheit at the moment, or it's usually over 80. But when I say I'm cold, and people are like, "Oh no, it's not that cold. You should try living here, or you should try living there." Like I got a friend that's from Minnesota, and he's like, "Oh, you don't know what it's cold like. You should just go live in Minnesota."
Well, hold on, Tiarni. I'm going to have to. You're saying that the problem is when you say it's cold, and someone else says it's not really that cold, right?
Absolutely.
That it's colder where I am.
Yep.
I mean, I hate to come down on you, but I feel like this problem is already on the board. Did you hear Dick's problem of a macho weatherman?
It's the same, but different.
What is the difference? Explain the difference to me.
That it's just cold here, and I just don't want to deal with it.
Tiarni, this is the same problem. The problem is the weather. People are bragging to you about their ability to withstand the weather. I mean, as people are saying in the chat, it's a good problem, but it's been done. I mean, we get so few female callers. I hate to come down on you.
Well, too bad.
But you can't double up on a problem. Oh, Tiarni, I'm sorry,
guys.
but I'm gonna have to give you the big thumbs down. Try again next time, Tiarni from Australia. Doubling up on the problems. I'm too nice. I can't. I wanted to eject her violently, but she's such a nice lady. I couldn't do it. That is just macho weatherman all over again. You double up on a problem. I have to call it out. We've seen that problem before. Thank you, Tiarni, for trying. Maybe next time we do a call-in. She's cold, Vito. What don't you understand? She's lucky she's cute, says in that crop. I know. When a cute girl comes on the show, if that was a guy, if a guy tried to pull, doubling up on a problem, I'd dump him. But frankly, the show has I think she's one of 2 female listeners, so I have to be nice because women do not like us, and I understand it. Really quick, we're going to bring in another guy, good friend of the show. And I would like to mention, very quickly, I'm reading your chats. Please, the super chats will be split between me and Dick. Don't worry, I'm not taking all of them. So if you want to make sure Dick gets paid for not showing up, that's a bad plug. Regardless, thank you to everyone who's been supporting the show. And I would like to mention, don't forget that we have a bonus problem available right now. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. biggestproblem.show. We have right now the biggest pride in the universe. Somebody was suggesting we call it the gayest problem in the universe. But regardless, our bonus episode, an entire pride-themed bonus episode, is now available over on Patreon. And thank you to all our Patreon people. I don't know why I have to complete a CAPTCHA to what the hell is this? I'm trying to look at our Patreon, but apparently I'm a bot or something. Biggest problem, Dick did not change the link, so it still links to the wrong bonus episode. Good work, Dick. Biggest problem in the universe, Patreon at patreon.com/biggestproblem. Currently at 1,162 patrons, and we love every one of you. We really do. Let's talk to Justin Sweat. Justin.
What's up, Vito? Can you hear me?
You sound good. Look at that professional gamer chair, Justin.
That's a piece of shit from Amazon.
Are you a big-time gamer?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, I'm from St. Augustine, Florida, and my biggest problem... No, the biggest problem in the universe is Ticketmaster. It's a huge piece of shit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Huge piece of shit that supports scalpers. These guys are coming in concert. I saw them last year, and I could only afford tickets up, a couple rows up from the floor, and they're coming again. And I was like, oh shit, I got money saved. I can go get tickets in the pit. I logged in 30 seconds when the tickets went on sale. $179 in the pit. Resale tickets is all there is because the fucking bots have bought them all up. And Ticketmaster allows it. Ticketmaster allows it because they get paid a second time when the ticket gets resold. It's
every time the ticket gets
bullshit.
sold, they get a little bit. They get a little bonus, so they love it.
Yeah, it's complete and utter horseshit.
Yeah, if you're a fan of any popular band, the only suggestion I have is to listen to shittier music. That seems to be the only way to avoid the Ticketmaster problem, because I only listen to a band called Guided by Voices, and usually their tickets, they'll sell out eventually, but the scalpers don't go too hard. But even for anything like comedy shows, out here in LA, they've been doing the Netflix is a joke, and they've had Dave Chappelle, they had Tim Robinson. Dick's girlfriend is great at getting the tickets right on time. And she's like, you should see if you can get a ticket to come along with us. It's like, yeah, $200 to see a fucking comedy show.
No, fuck that.
It's just bizarre. Yeah, it's absurd. It's unreasonable. I mean, I know there's supply demand, but I don't know, man. It is horrible.
Yes,
is there a solution? I mean, we just got to stop the bots. Is it really the bots are the ones who are doing it?
Honestly, I think it's just fucking Ticketmaster is too big for its britches. They have a monopoly on all the big fucking shows. Anywhere you go, it's all Ticketmaster. Nobody else does tickets, so they can do whatever they want. Like if I take a ticket and I scalp it for twice the face value, like I can go to jail. But Ticketmaster is allowed to just do it because
that's true.
Because
there
reasons.
are anti-scalping laws. It's very bizarre. I don't know what's going on. Well, thank you, Justin Sweat. With a great problem, Ticketmaster. That one should win, honestly. Idaho Mel for $9.99 says, breaking news, a woman is cold no matter the weather. That is true. Tiana Tone says, it's cold. Justify my problem. Look, Tiarne, I'm not saying your problem's not wrong. The problem is that you've been usurped. Dick already had that problem. Your problem's the same as a previous problem. That's the problem. It's doubling up. All right, here's the deal. Guys, we got 15 minutes left in the show. So everybody who's here, rapid fire. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to bring you on the show. You're going to give me your problem right away. And you got about 30 seconds to make me feel interested. And if you suck, I'm going to kick you right away. So rapid fire. I don't want to know anything about you. I don't want to know how your kid is. I don't want to hear how much you love the show. Just give me your problem. Mr. Mephisto Kajimi, what is the biggest problem in the universe?
The biggest problem in the universe is shaking hands with women. When you shake hands with women, they always, like 50% of the time, they do this thing where they try to do it dainty. Instead of giving you a normal handshake, they do this little dainty princess, ooh, kiss me on the knuckles thing, like they're at a fancy ball gown. And it's just,
women can't give a manly handshake.
It's just a normal handshake. I don't need to feel like
they're afraid
CEO.
If they show any amount of strength that the man will interpret it as he's shaking hands with another man and then just crush her hand as men can do. I think it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mephistogogamy, terrible problem, just terrible. Let's go to Ikumal Hot. And again, if you guys want to get in this lightning round, there's a link in the description. Just go to that link and you will be in the queue. Ikumal Hot, what is the biggest problem in the universe?
So you probably don't have this problem, Vito, but when you're dick, when you're on, pissing on the toilet or whatever, shitting or whatever, when you get up, and your dick brushes the rim of the toilet.
Why would I not have that problem?
Well, I don't know. You're you and I'm me, and
Fucking get out of here, you piece of shit. Gabagool over here. What is the biggest problem in the universe?
Hey, can I talk to Sean?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get Sean.
Thank you.
Okay, he's listening. He's like in the corner.
Hey, Sean, where do you get your V-necks from? Sean.
He says he gets Hanes V-necks. He just gets them at the Target.
Oh, all right. Well, see you later then.
Terrible fucking call. Let's go to Turd Ferguson. Turd, what is the biggest problem in the universe?
All right, can you hear me good?
Yes.
All right, so the biggest problem in the universe is super boomers. We all hate boomers.
Yes.
Yeah, we all hate boomers, right?
Absolutely.
People and everything. Super boomers, I got two quick examples. First is you see them, you walk in through the grocery store aisles. They're talking to each other from across the aisles. They got their carts across both aisles. And then they complain about how rude and inconsiderate you are of others, right? Terrible.
Well, they're
Stupid,
blocking the entire grocery store aisle.
Yeah. You just want one or two things real quick, in and out, mind your own business, don't bother anyone. You got to take up the whole aisle and have an hour-long conversation. Second one is I'm a contractor, right? So, I deal with crazy neighbors from time to time. Usually they're just like, oh, leave me alone. That's all. That's fine. Well, long story short, they were I was holding up a sheet of plywood to cover all the debris flying in their yard, and then she walks out of the backyard going, "Oh, you stupid bastard, get off my lawn, oh, you effing blah blah blah," calls me every word in the book. And I go, you
were trying to be helpful by preventing the debris, and she's yelling at you for trying to help out.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm trying to be polite and considerate. I see no cars are in the driveway, no lights are on, it looks like no one's home, just trying to be polite, save you.
All right, dumb old ladies, chat's cutting you off, Turd Ferguson. Sorry, we got it. Greedo Phil, what is the biggest problem in the universe?
Hey, Vito, can you hear me just fine right now?
I can hear you fine.
Dude, that is great. Okay, so I wanted to say my biggest problem in the universe right now at this moment is self-help gurus, specifically those that say do what you love. Because you want to know right now, I realize I do not want to do what I love. The reason I say that is because right now I'm working as a mail clerk at an insurance office. That guy just dropped my skateboard. The reason I hate the idea of do what you love is because I love my job, because it is boring as hell. I do nothing. I waste my time all day, 8 hours a day. I waste my time and I love it. I hate the idea that you have to do what you love at the threat that if you do not do it, you will go homeless. I hate that idea. But right now, I am wasting my time at work. I am pretending
it sounds like you love your job because you don't love it. Is that what you're saying? Because it's so boring and stupid?
If I did what I loved, I would hate it. Because, if I did what I love, but somebody said, if you do not do it, you will go homeless. You will starve. I would hate the idea of that. But right now, I get to waste my entire day, 8 hours of my day. I get to watch Netflix. I get to watch the dumbest shows and then complain about it to my friends. I love that. Who would not love that?
So don't do what you love. Do what you can tolerate for 8 hours while watching Netflix.
Exactly. What?
All right, Greedo. I get it. DanoTube is here. DanoTube.com. What's up, Dano?
So you buy your new video game. You jump into the tutorial. You finally start your game after like 10 minutes. And then you realize, hey, my stick isn't inverted, or the resolution is wrong, or some graphical setting. Let me jump into the settings. But they aren't in the pause menu, because you have to go back to the main menu in this game. You've got to exit the game. You've already seen the tutorial.
Control settings.
This is bullshit,
oh
Vito.
My God, wasting our time with this nonsense. I agree. Can't believe it. That was DanoTube. Guys, doesn't look like we have any more callers. If anyone else wants to jump in, we maybe got a couple more minutes, but I'm going to read these super chats real quick. We had from Evan Like for $5. I'm glad John Sweat saw the last week Tonight Ticketmaster episode. Whoa. Wasn't this supposed to run until 9? No, it said it starts at 6. It starts at 6 o'clock Western time and starts at 9 o'clock Pacific time. I gave you the start of the show, not a 6 to 9, you morons. Let's see. Casey, what are you doing? What's the biggest problem in the universe?
What's going on? I'm joining a little bit late. Where's Dick tonight?
I don't give a shit. What's the biggest problem in the universe?
I think the biggest problem in the universe today is fentanyl.
Why is that?
Well, you got all sorts of drugs out there. Yeah. And now they're all laced with fentanyl.
Yeah, well, that is a problem. It seems like people just want to do cocaine and fun drugs, and all it's got is fentanyl in it.
Cocaine. You've got all
everything's just fentanyl. Not to mention that it ended the life of one of our most beloved American icons, George Floyd.
Yeah,
so that's a tragedy in itself.
I don't know. I just feel like that's something that's it is truly a big problem. It's not one of the goofy ones, but
there you go. Fentanyl from Casey, who got here late and doesn't know we're on a rapid fire. Guys, this has been the biggest problem in the universe. As always, I love you and I respect you. And what's exciting about this show is that you in the comments should let us know, did you like it? Jason for 5 says, pretty good, Vito. Thank you for the misogyny. We need to line up more female callers so that we can yell at them for the transgressions against men. If you enjoyed this format, please let us know. We'll find a way to put up voting somewhere on the front page. As always, you can vote on problems at biggestproblem.show. And don't forget to hit up the Patreon at patreon.com/biggestproblem, which will give you access to our new bonus episode, The Biggest Pride in the Universe, our special Pride Month edition. And because Dick's not here, I get to do my own private plug and no one can stop me. Please, I'm working on my comic book project over at superkiller.org. If you go to superkiller.org, sign up for the mailing list, and that way when the comic book goes live, you will get an email letting you know, and you will be among the first to purchase Super Killer. Guys, this has been the biggest problem in the universe special call-in edition episode. Again, let us know in the comments. Did you like it? Did you have fun? Did you love yourself? Do you love the people around you? And ultimately, what else can I say except that I forgot to cue up the exit music and the promo image. So I am completely screwed here. Where is the show's theme? There's one. Hold on. Nope, that doesn't work. Hold on. Open with Google Chrome. Okay, guys, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get there. It's going to happen. I believe in us. This has been the biggest problem in the universe. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. It doesn't work. Why is it not working? I loaded up the song. Play the song. Fucking shit. I had it. Oh my God. Why is it not? All right, I got the other song then. Freddie, what's the biggest problem in the universe? Tell me.
HR departments.
Yeah.
And working in big corporations where you don't feel comfortable talking.
Thank you, Freddie. Big corporate environments. Yes! This has been the biggest problem in the universe! Get out of here, you filthy animals! Time for Vito to watch filthy internet porn. Get on out of here. Go home. No one wants you here. Thanks to all our supporters. Thanks to the Vito Files. Thanks to the dickheads. We love you. We care about you. The only show that has sex with your mother in a filthy Mexican donkey house. Yes. And that is our show, folks. Take care of yourself.